Hashtag askgojiman. I know many vegans and ex-vegans are likely suffering with SIBO and other gut issues, but what causes these gut issues in the first place? Great question, let's get to it. Roll the titles.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.
Welcome back, it's good to see you again. If we haven't met before, then hi, I'm Goji Man. I'm currently finishing a Masters in Nutrition and qualifying as a nutritionist, and next year I'll be studying for a PhD in Nutritional Science. I make vegan health and nutrition videos every single day unless I'm snowed with assignments, in which I answer your health questions under the hashtag askgojiman. So if you have a question for me, then hashtag askgojiman in the comments below, or alternatively send your video questions through to contact@gojimannutrition.com. So we know the gut problems that people run into before and after they go vegan, from small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, H. pylori, parasites, etc. But today I look at the main reasons why people become susceptible to these gut issues in the first place. So this is a question that I get a lot, and a question that carnivore dieters raise a lot too. And it's right to raise the question, because as many would say, if a vegan diet is so healthy, then why do maybe 5 to 10% of vegans run into gut issues? And I want to be crystal clear in my video today that in most cases these gut problems in ex-vegans were already existing before they transitioned to a vegan diet. The diet eventually just highlighted the underlying problems. So look at any ex-vegans parading themselves around on YouTube and they will all say the same thing, that they had bad digestion all of their lives and the vegan diet made their digestion worse. Now, if you have a trash gut and you go plant-based from a standard Western type diet, you will generally always see an improvement in symptoms. But what do people always do when they start seeing improvements in their health? They 10x everything. So then they load up on the smoothies, the kale, the sweet potatoes, the beets, the oxalates, the salicylates and histamines. So you have a poor functioning gut with bad bacteria and very little diversity, and then you load it up with impossible weights. It's like me with my skinny little chicken arms, going to the gym with my mate Hench Herbivore and trying to lift the same weights as him. It's going to end in disaster. Now, I see a lot of test results, and I mean a lot, where SIBO, parasites, etc. are causing all manner of health problems. So digestive problems, anxiety, depression, severe IBS, joint issues, skin issues, and many more. Now, just since I started my new testing service 7 days ago, which you can find somewhere around here, I've already shipped out over 150 different test kits, testing for SIBO, stool samples, and also organic acids tests. Now, where possible and with permission, I will use many of these test results on my channel. And this data will be so useful in demonstrating that when you treat the underlying gut issues, that many of the health problems will subside, and then you can usually go back to a very plant-based diet without any issues. Now, just to reiterate, I make no money from this testing service whatsoever. I am simply providing a service so that if you do have gut issues and health problems, well, then you can start getting some answers. And generally you should find that this service is a lot cheaper than going through a functional doctor or naturopath, who tend to put a lot of markup on these tests. And you obviously need to seek medical attention first to rule out any serious gut diseases. And if you get no answers and you find that you are in really poor health despite your doctor telling you that everything is fine, then you can take these tests and get some really useful information in order to start claiming back control. So let's delve into some of the main reasons that many people end up taking these type of tests that look for imbalances in the gut and body. So when looking at small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, parasites, H. pylori and other similar gut infections, then they nearly always start when you are exposed to bacteria and parasites and your immunity is poor. And equally a massive problem is our over-reliance on antibiotics and other medications that simply decimate the gut. So you either have poor immunity in conjunction with a poor diet, or you have trauma caused by medications. So with medications, it is often very easy to spot the impacts on our health, because often you will find that you take the medication and then your gut will simply fall apart afterwards. So then you will start getting all manner of digestive problems and food intolerances, etc. But with compromised immunity, unless you know specifically what you are looking for, it often takes people a lot longer to identify the root causes of their issues. Now, yes, there could be lots of different things impacting on your gut immunity. So yes, obviously poor diets and alcohol, etc. But there is also often seemingly innocuous foods that will trash a poor gut further and allow bad bacteria and yeast to overrun. Now, a good analogy here is a water bucket, and if you leave the tap on and it all starts spilling over, well then you're going to run into flooding type problems. The same can be said with the gut and things like gluten, pesticides, stress, lack of sleep, low stomach acids, low amounts of digestive enzymes, oxalates, sulfur and histamines, etc. All of these, when the gut is already compromised with gut dysbiosis, will cause the bucket to overflow and your health problems to start. And in fact, a lot of these problems with immunity are usually triggered when stomach acid is low. So think of stomach acid as a force field, so when the acid is reduced, the force field comes down, in comes the bad bacteria and yeast, and down goes your immunity. And this all has a knock-on effect on what we call the proteolytic enzymes and also your bile production. So the proteolytic enzymes break down the protein in your food and the bile breaks down the fats in your food. So low stomach acid triggers low enzyme production in your pancreas and low bile production in your gallbladder, which then allows undigested food to hit your small intestines. And then this bacteria will simply ferment the crap out of the food, causing all manner of gut and health issues from food intolerances all the way through to skin issues. And all of this can cause low IgA levels in the gut, and the IgA is the antibody mucosal layer that protects the gut lining from all of these nasties. So hopefully you can see how all of this jigsaw comes together. And the gut issues aren't always linear. So when stomach acid is low, you get knock-on effects with bile and enzymes, and then immunity goes down. Some people will initially get massive bloating and digestive issues, and then this passes, and then the person is left with massive issues with anxiety, depression, brain fog, etc. And then often their doctor is ill-equipped to deal with these issues, and it ends up costing them thousands. Others have these issues in conjunction with bloating, cramping, plus food intolerances and maybe skin issues for 5, 10 or even 15 years or so, and it is difficult for them to join all of the dots up. But it's only when you delve into the stool test, the SIBO test and organic acids test that the person figures out all of these bacterial type issues, and then they begin treatment, and then the brain fog, anxiety, food intolerances and bloating and pain all start lifting, and the person finally understands how everything is connected via the gut. So I hope this helps, and hopefully if you're trying to work out why you are reacting to certain foods or why you get bad stomach cramps and bloating with eczema and even reflux and skin issues, well then once you have joined all the dots and you treat the underlying problems, well then you can start regaining your health. And as I always say on this channel, the SIBO, organic acids test and comprehensive stool testing are so effective at triangulating health problems and giving you some answers. So if you have suffered with health and gut issues and never fully understood why, then you should absolutely consider taking these tests. So that's the end of today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, if you have a question for me, then hashtag askgojiman in the comments below. Send your video questions through to contact@gojimannutrition.com. And as always, remember to look after your body because it's the only place you have to live. And I'll see you next time.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.